What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and I'm so excited to bring you this news because Liverpool are pushing to get Erling Haaland and to pay his release clause, which is £63 million. I think for that price Haaland would be a brilliant value for money transfer because he could basically play for Liverpool for the next 10 years and become a Liverpool legend at that, and he could score 30 goals a season. And Firmino starts getting injured more and more. If Firmino will be out for a month, then in this last 1 year Firmino got more injuries and he was out longer than in the previous 5 years combined, and that's always a concern when a player approaches 30 years old and he starts picking up more and more injuries. So I think Liverpool need to look at bringing in younger strikers, younger attackers who could play for Liverpool for the next 5 to 10 years. Diogo Jota was that type of transfer. Of course, Erling Haaland would cost a lot of money and a lot of wages, but not as much as he would have cost if he didn't have a release clause. And we will take a look at what the Dortmund CEO said about Erling Haaland's future, and also we will have a big injury update on Harvey Elliott. So stay tuned, listen to this video carefully, and I'm really excited to bring you the latest Liverpool transfer news update. So if you enjoy these, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And Glenn Johnson, the former Liverpool right back, has urged Liverpool to sign Erling Haaland, and also, if they can, to sign Jude Bellingham as well. Haaland has been one of the most prolific goal scorers in Europe, scoring 70 goals in 69 appearances for Borussia Dortmund, which is an absolutely amazing goals to games ratio. Only Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi could produce numbers like that in the past 10 years. And this is what Glenn Johnson said: I would love to see Erling Haaland and Jude Bellingham at Liverpool. They are two young guys who are built for the Premier League and for a club like Liverpool. They could develop over the years under the manager like Klopp, and I could see them becoming massive names in football, world stars for a long time. Of course, there will be competition from other clubs for Erling Haaland and Jude Bellingham's signatures all across Europe for sure. But I think it would be appealing to come to Anfield, to come to Liverpool, challenge for trophies and work under a top-class manager like Klopp. And I think Klopp is the key in this, because there are a lot of clubs who are challenging for trophies in the Premier League. Chelsea, Manchester City, and you could argue that Tottenham under Antonio Conte maybe will challenge for trophies in the next 2 years, but we have to wait and see on that. And also in Europe there are a lot of attractive clubs right now. There are not many clubs who are more attractive than Liverpool. And I would argue that Klopp is probably the most fun, the most exciting manager to work for right now. So Erling Haaland, I think, has a huge admiration for Liverpool. When he was playing for Salzburg and Salzburg got drawn in the same group as Liverpool, Erling Haaland had a glint in his eye when he was talking about what an honor it will be to play at Anfield in front of Liverpool fans. And he is from Norway, so I'm sure that growing up, either he was a Liverpool fan or he had mates who were Liverpool fans, so they were constantly talking about the Premier League and Liverpool. Of course, his dad played for Manchester City, which complicates things, especially at Man City. Probably we want to sign a striker, and if Man City wants to give Haaland huge wages, they could blow Liverpool out of the water, so that will be difficult. But this is what the Dortmund chief told the Bild newspaper of Erling Haaland, who is under contract until 2024. But if somebody pays his release clause, then Dortmund can do absolutely nothing to keep him. It will be down to Haaland. If Haaland accepts the offer of the club who paid his release clause, then he is free to go. But this is what he said. Of course, and I mean the Dortmund chief, of course we are trying to give Haaland the feeling that Borussia Dortmund continues to be a top club for him and that he can still develop here. Maybe we can still convince him. We will fight for him. We will try everything. The decision has not yet been made, but I would bet €100 on Haaland staying. Wow. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money for a Dortmund CEO to bet €100. That's like you or me betting £1 on Haaland staying at Dortmund. It's not a big risk financially to him. If he would bid 1 year of his salary on Haaland staying, then I would say yes, Haaland is staying at Dortmund. But if the Dortmund CEO is only bidding €100, I mean only for him only, because his finances, I mean, that's pocket change. That's like him buying an ice cream. That's the kind of money that is to him. But it's weird that Dortmund CEO would bet on Haaland staying at Dortmund and then say 100 euros. It's quite weird. I'm not sure what to make of it. I think maybe he wanted to reassure the Dortmund fans that they are trying everything they can to keep Erling Haaland. But the Jadon Sancho transfer showed that when a club of like a huge stretcher comes in and pay the right amount for one of their star players, they are letting them go. Dortmund is a selling club, and the fact that they lost to Ajax, who are a development club, they are not like a club with huge amounts of money. They are developing young players, and they are probably one of the best in the world at that. But Dortmund conceded 7 goals in 2 games against Ajax. Yes, they played again with 10 men for some of those games, but still, Haaland won't see Dortmund as a top club who will challenge for the Bundesliga title and for the Champions League consistently, season in, season out. And that's the kind of club that Haaland needs to be at. A club who challenges for a league title and for the Champions League consistently. And I'm talking about either the Premier League title or La Liga. And I think Haaland, because of his physicality, because of how hardworking he is, how big he is, how muscular he is, how fast he is, and how much he enjoys the physical battle, the Premier League is the league for him, and he probably knows it, and he will want to play in the Premier League one day, just like Jude Bellingham, of course, who is English. But Haaland, of course, growing up in Norway, the Premier League is huge in Norway. If you don't live there, or if you don't know any Norwegian football fans, you don't know how big the Premier League is. It's like the most popular league in Scandinavia, the Premier League, by far the most popular. And Haaland, I'm convinced 100% that growing up he was watching the Premier League every weekend, and I'm sure he has been dreaming about playing in the Premier League. The big question is, which club will he choose? Because at this point, Haaland is a player who can pretty much choose his next club, because a lot of top clubs can pay that £64 million release clause. So Haaland, I'm sure, will definitely choose his next club and just pick and choose which club he wants. So Liverpool need to be the most attractive for him, and of course he would want to go to a club where he will be guaranteed starting player, and at Liverpool I think he will be, with the injury problems that Firmino starts having. And in 1 or 2 years Firmino might be an attacking midfielder, not a striker, because he could lose a little bit of pace. Haaland would be number 9 with Salah and Mane on the wing, and maybe Firmino just behind him, and sometimes Jota on the wing. So it could be a terrific transfer for Liverpool. Dortmund CEO Hans-Joachim Watzke said this in September: "The ball lies in Erling Haaland's court. I get on well with his agent Mino Raiola because we can assess each other well. I know what makes him tick. It is not right to believe that Raiola is all about the money. He also has in mind what is best for Erling Haaland." And of course, Raiola is one of the most popular agents among footballers because he gets the best contracts and the best transfers for footballers, and that's ultimately what footballers want. They want to earn the most money, they want to play for the biggest clubs, they want to challenge for trophies, they want to earn a lot of money doing that, and Mino Raiola pretty much guarantees his clients that. And you also have to take it into account that Liverpool wanted to sign Erling Haaland when he was still at Salzburg, but Haaland wanted to go to a club who had a striker position absolutely free, so Haaland could play week in, week out, and Borussia Dortmund could guarantee him 100% regular playing time. They basically said to Haaland, "We don't have really an out-and-out striker, so come join Dortmund. You will play every week in the Bundesliga, and you will challenge for the Bundesliga title, and we will try to build a team challenging for the Champions League as well." And that's what Haaland wanted. He wanted a club where he will play week in, week out, and pretty much at Man United, at Liverpool, who both wanted him, there was no guarantee that he would start every week. He would have to fight for his place. That's how it is at really top clubs. And that's why Haaland opted to sign for Dortmund, not because he didn't want to play for Liverpool, but because it was a little bit too early in his career to do that. He was not good enough to walk into Liverpool and basically say, I'm your best striker, put me in the team every week. And according to an Italian newspaper, Tuttosport, Haaland's shortlist is cut down to 3 clubs: Liverpool, Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. Haaland's release clause, which is in the region of 65, 68 million, depending on which source you are reading, will no doubt have caught the eye of many top clubs. It would make sense that Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain could pay that very easily. Liverpool's presence in the discussion is a little bit more surprising, but they are prepared, Liverpool, to push the boat out for someone who is still so young with so much potential and already so much quality. Liverpool are prepared to pay top money if the right player presents itself, if the right player is available. We signed Alisson for a lot of money, we signed Van Dijk for a lot of money, and we could sign Haaland for a lot of money because he's the right player who could, for the next 10 years, as I said, play for Liverpool and without a problem score 30 goals a season. So let me know, what do you think about this Erling Haaland transfer talk? Do you think Liverpool will sign him? Do you think we have a realistic chance of signing him? I certainly do. And Jurgen Klopp detailed good progress is being made by Harvey Elliott and his rehabilitation from his ankle injury. He said, Harvey is doing great. I have no idea when exactly it will be, but we can't wait actually. It looks really good. Whichever person you speak to from the rehab department, you hear that Harvey Elliott is so determined. He's really very positive all the time with us here. It is nice to see him smiling the whole day, working hard. He will be back, but how soon? I don't really know. But Harvey Elliott will be back as soon as it is humanly possible to be back after such a horrific injury, because he's working so hard. And many Liverpool fans agree that Liverpool need to invest in an attacker in the January transfer window, because Firmino has a serious hamstring injury, Salah and Mane are off to the Africa Cup of Nations. So Firmino will just be back when Salah and Mane are off to the Africa Cup of Nations. So it will be very tough for Liverpool, and hopefully Firmino can get back to his best form. And Damian Delaney, a pundit, spoke about how important Fabinho is to the Liverpool midfield. He said the Liverpool midfield is a very delicate system, and I think that Fabinho, with the Fabinho at the base of it, he has such a good feel for the game, a good reader of the game and a good understanding of where he needs to be at all times. Jordan Henderson is the one who applies all the pressure, with Fabinho being out of the team for the last 2 games. The double whammy is, when you lose Henderson and Fabinho, that is a big blow for Liverpool. And I think now that Fabinho and Thiago are back, Liverpool will improve, and we need to improve, because we had games where we threw away 2-goal leads, like against Atletico Madrid and against Brighton. We were 2-0 up and the opposition came back, and against Brighton we dropped 2 very crucial points. The West Ham game, I feel, is huge, because West Ham are in terrific form, but Liverpool are also in good form, and we need to win, because Man City play Man United and hopefully they will drop points. But Chelsea play Burnley, I think, at home, so they will win that game, almost guaranteed. And Liverpool need to keep pace with Chelsea. As I said, we can't let Chelsea open up a 5 or 7 point gap at the top of the table, because it will be very difficult to catch them. That's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you later. Good night.